Singapore Airlines Business Class Airbus A350 regional jet to Melbourne. Check my review of the Silver Chris. Yes, flying on SQ227 to Melbourne. And it was time to board. This is my first time on an Airbus A350 regional jet configuration. Why regional? You'll see soon. This is the 2018 Regional J product, Regional Business Class, outfitted on this Airbus A350 regional version. Regional J is in a 1-2-1 formation, and I chose the window seat. Notice the alternate. At the window, there's a window aisle and a window, so mine is considered the window Regional J configuration. Pillow and blanket on the seat waiting for me. First impression, the seat does feel a little bit tight, significantly tighter compared to the long haul business class, but I'm not gonna complain because this is much better than the older regional business class in SIA, which was in a 2-2-2 configuration. With a 1-2-1 layout, every passenger will have direct aisle access. And this is my seat as it looks like. I'll show you the controls later on. The entrance is rather tight, as you can see. I'm trying to squeeze in right now, so you gotta go in sideways. Sideways, you can't go in straight, you get stuck. Side control panel, seat controls. Very easy to use and quite intuitive, so I liked it very much. You can change it to flat bed at the press of a button. And this is how you deploy the tray table in front of you. Push it in a bit and you can pull it out again and unfold it into a tray. Oops, it gets a little bit stuck. So you can see it's a bit tight in the seat, but it works, it works. I stand up and just show you the other seats as I twirl the camera around me. The panel reading lights are quite useful. I use them to read as well. This is what the seat looks like when it's converted into a flat bed. Actually, it doesn't look 100% flat, but it's good enough. Maybe 180 degrees? Or is it 175 degrees? Not sure, my math sucks. I kinda look at two windows, which I can look out from. Well, there's one window and one more ahead of me. Kinda get an idea how tight the entrance is. My view when I'm seated, and you can see it is quite private. You can't make eye contact with anybody. The side panel, found a bottle of water, useful, as well as headphones. Headphones for the entertainment system, also very useful. The side control can be removed, but most of the time I just left it there.
I'd like to welcome you aboard of flight SQ227 bound for Melbourne. In the flight that assisting me this evening is Senior First Officer Benjamin, and in the cabin is our in-flight manager Mr. Ashley, and our set of other 12 cabin crew will ensure your comfort and safety. In the cabin are well looked after. Flight time today to Melbourne will be approximately 6 hours and 35 minutes, and weather en route will be generally fine. However, for your own safety, I do recommend that you always keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. And if you're interested,
the IFE touchscreen is very responsive and just showing you a glimpse of the movies you can get to watch.
Through this important safety briefing and on a journey through Singapore. During taxi, takeoff, and landing. To fasten, bring the two ends of the seat belt together until you hear a click. Tighten it by pulling on the strap. If you're in business class, pull the shoulder strap to fasten your seat belt. To unfasten, lift the metal flap.
Just fascinated how tight the entrance is, so let me use the card, the safety card, to show you a good perspective. I used my shoe just now a card. Look, it can't go through when I put a card that way, it can't go through. I could hardly go through this way too. Wow, that kind of shows you how narrow it is. So yeah, you can walk straight in. As we taxi to take off, I saw this Airbus A380 being towed. Out return to takeoff as the aircraft turns on to the runway for an evening takeoff to fly 6.5 hours thereabouts to Melbourne, Australia. I'll sit back, relax and enjoy the takeoff, and after that I'll show you the meals. The engine's powering up. Never ceases to amaze me. Technology, let's go. Rotate, rotate, rotate. We're off. Bye Singapore, see you in a bit. Check out a video and a link on how to stay connected in the air. In business class you get 100 megabytes free. Went to the toilet and there was this beautiful white orchid toilet, standard business class toilet, nothing too fantastic, it works. Back in my seat, the blanket was reasonably nice and thick and I will need it because I'll be sleeping later. Post-takeoff drink has arrived. Early on I had ordered a Singapore Sling. Thank you very much. Came with a pack of nuts. Singapore Sling, cheers to good health everybody. All nicely laid out and the first course was served. It was some kind of crab salad and I asked for some white wine to go along. Still picture fine dining in the sky. Here is the crab salad. The portion wasn't very big but that was fine by me and it tasted crabby. And it came around with some garlic bread. While it's a bread basket, I chose garlic bread as I always do. Yummy. It was called the citrus scented crab salad. No menus, no physical menus on my flight. Yeah, before I finish my white, I asked for red, so I got a red-white wine combination. Red, water, white, all good. And the highlight of my meal, the Lobster Thermidor, so famous from SQ. And this is the new version, it's a little bit more European and lighter, having given a lighter spin. Lobster Thermidor introduced after COVID. I still remember the first time I had the old version almost a decade ago and I was blown away. But this is really good too. Overall, I think I like the new version better. Fine dining in the sky, the Lobster Thermidor new version, bring out the European flavors in the dish. Now let's have a taste. Look at the meat, lobster meat. How did it taste? It was delicious, just nicely done. Not hard at all, yet not too soft. You can taste the lobster and all the how they have done with the marinades and all that, and it was really good, really nice. And surprisingly, I thought the lobster was quite small at first, but turns out that there was quite a lot of meat in it. So I admired the lobster and took my time to eat and take the videos and take plenty of photographs, including look at the tail. Yeah, nice, huh? Yes, highly recommended if flying out of Singapore. Highly recommended, yeah. You will have to book the cook for this. It is included in your business class fare. So remember to book the cook at least 24 hours before your flight if you want this Lobster Thermidor dish. You're not going to be able to get it on board unless you have booked the cook. Book the cook. Book the cook. Still at Starbucks space, so banana cake time. Yes please, thank you very much. I must say the cake looked quite ordinary, but taste-wise it was above average, yes, and went very well with the wine, so who am I to complain? It's really such a privilege to fly in business class, so don't complain, just eat lah. Real shout out to the excellent service on board, always refilling my water, my wines, asking me what else I needed. Singapore Airlines, you are such a great way to fly. Did a gorgeous meal, 5.5 hours to go, which means it's time to get some sleep. Deployed to bed and just give you an idea of how deep the well is. Well, the foot well is a little bit cramped, I must say, so you try not to kick it too much, otherwise you're poor. passenger in front will be very upset with you. But okay, sleep like a straight Bernini, as my kids will say. No problems with that. I'll sleep like a straight Bernini, call it what you want. It's long enough for me, but maybe if you're tall, like 2 meters, I don't know. I'm about 5'9", so still fits. And I woke up in it 1 hour to go. There was only one meal service, so there will be no breakfast.
Melbourne International, and our estimated arrival time, we're looking arrival time of 7 a.m. Local time now in Melbourne is coming up to 6:21. And weather-wise, we're expecting clear skies, strong northerly winds, and the temperatures of 11 degrees Celsius in Melbourne. It's been a pleasure to have you on board with us on this sector, and on behalf of all my crew, I'd like to wish you a pleasant day ahead. Cabin crew, please be back off arrival. Thank you.
As we are about to land, let me share my overall thoughts on this flight. This was my first Singapore Airlines Business Class flight in more than 2 years after COVID. Of course, I was excited. And it turned out to be a very interesting experience because this is the first time on a regional Airbus A350 seat, although I do remember flying in the 787 regional before. But this time round, for some reason, I found the seat a little bit tight and cramped compared to the long haul ones. But as I said, who am I to complain? It's already such a great privilege to fly in business. Overall, the food was excellent. The new Lobster Thermidor, fantastic. Service was top-notch, highly recommended, and everything else about the flight was very good indeed. So, Singapore Airlines, thank you. Still a great way to fly after COVID, and wishing you all the best of success. Now, as we are approaching into Melbourne, 6.5 hour flight, perhaps one small feedback some passengers I overheard is, how come no breakfast? Well, I guess it's a deliberate decision made by SQ for this leg from Singapore to Melbourne. My flight from Singapore departed at 10 p.m. There would only be one meal service, which is supper. But interestingly, on my flight back from Melbourne, which departed at 1800, I had 2 meal services. They did serve a very nice snack before landing. So there it is. That's how it is. Thank you for watching as I landed to Melbourne in the morning about 7 a.m. and great flight. Thank you. Thank you very much. Take care, stay safe, everybody. In the gate I saw this Emirates A380. Cool. Right, welcome to Melbourne, people. Goodbye.